Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, the zoo is a place to keep all kinds of animals for the purpose of protection, breeding, research, and as means of recreation. The zoo plays an important role in the education of a few species of animals that we can find in the city or in the village, which we can only find in their habitat in dense forest, which is now dense forest still hard to find. The zoo we're hoping for is a zoo that shows the animals with adequate means for the animals. As we know, the management of the zoo is very many, but unlike the incorporations, they will be locked in a cage to be shown to the peoples. Unfortunately, in Indonesia, their cage is inadequate. The food is sometimes very scarce. Often, animals get violent and abandoned. Very few animals are in the zoo in a good condition and not so adequate, but again, the cage that is in the zoo can have a huge impact of the development of animal psychology and also its growth. With conditions of fulfilled in the zoo, they will get sick and die. Unfortunately, so many rare animals are sent to the zoo to be watched so that people can see them before they are extinct. But with such conditions, it can be assured that the animals is even dying in that zoo. Again, the interactions between the audience and also the animals less control. They can by no means throw trash or even make the animals fear and stress. This is related to the exploitations of animals, which is flawed for public education. We want to educate the community, but in a separate and different way. There are some plans that we are going to develop. We will abolish the zoo with restrictions, and we will more at devouring to capture animals with their original habitat. Later, to see the animals, people can come from viewing posts to see them, how they socialize and so on. Likewise, if you want to learn about animals from close, then there will be a dead animal body with origins and schools. This will more guarantee the education, research, and also the rehabilitation of animals in nature as they are in their original form. As we know, in addition to the first way, the second way is to use technology that everybody already uses. Learning to use books with technology that can produce animals hologram and give descriptions about animal habitats and also animals' characteristics as a whole, and also the treatment of animals well and correctly. We can educate it through the application that we are going to design for education of the society. We want to implement this plan throughout Indonesia to ensure the welfare of animals who want to be carefully cared and also protected from the wild. Today, as a government, I will speak from a social perspective and the long-term effect of zoo. From social point of view, it can be seen in this case will give a negative view of the society to the animals. When a small consequences they see that the living animals are locked, then they will continue to think if the animals deserve to be locked and not released. It will form the thought if the animals are at least violated and also treated less well. Therefore, it is necessary to pay particular attention to the focus on such things, banning zoos that are extremely dissuasive of animal protection. Right. In the long term, humans could have caused the extinctions of animals because of their inappropriate educational method. So it would be better to shut down the zoo and replace it with a large rehabilitation and detention center with adequate surveillance facilities and educational facilities so that humans can study comfortably while these animals can get their right to live in peace and comfort according to their habitat, in addition to learning, research, and also be done more intensively and also truthfully. The government provides more funding for the detention so that later on the zoo is abolished, the budget would definitely increase in the national detention. Besides, the granting of the detention permits is also more difficult because it is to be filled facility and submitted to the government, so the very few subsequent detentions does not meet the existing standard. That's all from me. Back to your host.